championship banner. All right, let's talk trades. The Guardians picked up a pitcher. It's not a huge move, but Jeff Passan, who knows these kind of things, is now saying that Erick Fedde is the Guards' #1 most logical trade target. I think this makes perfect sense. It's not going to be their only move, but would you guys like this move? And if so, tell us why.
Of course. What do you mean? Why would I not like this move? Like, we talked about the little Minimowski move that they got before that, right? We talked about the teaser. We got what's the kid's name that they got off?
An innings eater. Is really what they picked up.
Now listen, when you talk about this guy, his whip 1.14. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what. This guy right here can now put you in a position where now I don't know if he's your top 1 or 2 pitchers, but he's in the top 3, guaranteed. If you get this guy, put him on the roster, I think it's a good move. I think when you look at the Guardians, I don't know what they have to give up for him. Every time we talk about these trades, I say, okay, well, who we giving up to get something? Is it Manzardo? Is it, are we giving up some of the young guys? But listen, Earl, I'm all on board for it.
Yeah, I'm all on board for it too. Like, he's definitely the best pitcher in Chicago. We all know Chicago is a dumpster fire, and right now they're having.
He pitched a great game against the Guardians back in May.
Exactly, and right now they're having a fire sale. I think he steps in, immediately becomes your #2 in the rotation behind Bobby. I think so, and I think that this is the first of 2 or 3 moves that the Guardians will make to solidify themselves as legit World Series contenders and make a deep playoff run.
Yeah, couldn't agree more with both of you guys. It's a starting point, and I want to be clear on that. It would be a very nice addition to a staff that needs an arm. The move for Matthew Boyd was they need an innings eater. They need a safety net. If Cookie suddenly implodes, or if we have an elbow injury to Tristan and he misses time, that was a nice move to address that. But this is a front of the rotation guy that the Guardians can count on. There's really, I think this is a tale of 2 careers, to be perfectly honest. Fedde went to South Korea a couple of years ago. His major league career kind of fizzled. And if I'm not mistaken, he was the South Koreans' MVP.
That is correct.
Okay, so this is a guy that figured something out. It happens. You might be 25, you might be 28. Sometimes a light goes off and you figure something out. He figured it out, and he's brought it back to the major leagues with him, and he's had success. I can't remember when it was. I believe it was early May. I think he threw either 6 or 7 scoreless innings against us.
He did,
also
correct.
And I remember thinking at the time, this is a guy that they might want to target later in the year, because at the time, Chicago was already out of it. We were a month into the season, and they were a dumpster fire already. And I had said at the time, he'd look good in a Guardians uniform. I hope they get him, but to your points, it can't be all they do. They need bats. They need a couple of hitters that can boost this offense just a little bit more.
Jay, on May 9th, you mentioned that game against Cleveland.
Was that when it was?
6 innings pitched, 6 hits, no earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 88 pitches. He got 11 ground balls and 9 pop-outs.
He was great.
And he was 3-0 at that point in the season with a 3 flat ERA.
He was great. All right, now, speaking of pitching help,